I've been seeing a lot of videos and information online recently about Washington State's housing market and how we're seeing this mass increase in inventory. And while yes, you could say that's true, they don't really paint the full picture for you. So today I want to show you some statistics on the Northwest MLS so we can see where we've been, put together the story of where we've gone and where we are now so that we can make our best guess of where we might be headed in the future. Now, full disclosure, I am a real estate agent with Windermere Real Estate in Silverdale, Washington. My name is NolanReynolds, and you could say that I have a vested interest in it because of that, but I don't control the housing market. I just do my best to try to understand it so I can make an educated guess of where we might be headed in the future. Okay, so let's start looking at our average sales price. And again, this is for the entire Northwest MLS, and we're looking all the way back to 2006 so that we can paint the full picture. Now you can see, and it's no secret that since 2012, average sales prices have been going up. You could pick any month, any year. Let's say February 2013, 291. If we look at the following year in the same month, February 2014, 320. That's going to stay consistent all the way through here until we get into 2021, 2022. And that's the first time we can see here 2022, March, April. We can see that March and April in 2023 were lower. That was the first time that we had seen that since back in 2012. Now jumping over to the total amount of homes for sale on the Northwest MLS, and keeping that 2021-2022 number in mind, we can see that the total amount of homes for sale was astronomically low, the lowest that it's ever been, a crazy low number. 7,766 total homes available on the entire Northwest MLS. So that makes sense why we saw that jump in those home prices. And so if you looked at our inventory from just 2022, you would say, yes, inventory is definitely increasing. We can see as we come here now into March 2026, now we've got 22,000 compared to that less than 10,000 back in 2022. So that makes you think, wow, that's a staggeringly big jump, right? However, if you look back at the entire picture back to 2006, we can see that our numbers now are equal to 2018, 2019 numbers. And so while yes, the inventory has definitely significantly increased since 2022, it was needed for us to be in a more balanced, more healthy market. And that's why maybe a more important number to look at is months of supply. To get the months of supply, we take the total amount of available listings and we divide that. To get the months of supply, we take the total amount of available listings and we divide that by the total amount of monthly sales. That gives us a better idea where the market is in the big picture. And generally speaking, somewhere between 4 and 6 months is considered a healthy, balanced market, meaning it's not leaning too heavily in favor of the sellers like it was here in 2022 with less than a month of supply, which is crazy, compared to back in 2009 when it was very heavily favoring the buyers, where you had 15 months of supply. And the last time that we were in a more balanced market, you would probably say 2014, 2015 was the last time that we were in a more balanced market. Since then, it's leaned more heavily toward the sellers, probably know that, and it dropped really crazy low 2021, 2022, and now we're working our way back up towards a more balanced market, currently sitting at 3.6 months for March of 2026. And so if you're interested, here's my 2 cents. Trying to time the housing market is really difficult. I think what's more important is living how you want to live. Let me ask you a question. If you bought a house today and it was comfortably within your budget and it met all of or most of your needs and you were really, really happy there, and the housing market goes down in the next few years and you lose some equity, but you have no intentions of moving, would you be happy? The answer is probably yes. And more than likely in the next few years, you'll get that equity back. And even more than likely than that, over the long term, the home will probably continue to gain value. So if you're sitting on the sideline waiting to buy, or maybe you're living in a home currently that you own that you're not happy with, and you're trying to wait for the perfect time to sell so that you can buy the home that you would really be happy in, my advice is just make the move now. Stop stressing out about whether the housing market's going to go up or it's going to go down. It will go up and it will go down. It's really, really difficult to time everything perfectly. I think you'd be better off if you just make that move and you can start spending time with your family, having friends over, entertaining how you want to entertain. Maybe you want to garden. Maybe you'd like to have that big garage so you can work on your cars, or whatever it is that you dream about that would make you really, really happy and enjoy your time and enjoy your life. I advise you just do that. Just move on. So long as it's comfortably within your budget, don't overextend yourself. But just move on, move forward. You'll be a lot happier just living in the home and living the lifestyle that you want to live and not being stressed about what's going to happen in the housing market.